acquainted with the Kipling version over the course of doing this film because my original frame of reference was the '67 Disney animation, which is very different from the Kipling. But the Kipling offered a lot of depth and mythic imagery and characters that aren't in the animated film, and we tried to include as much of that as we could.
He is one of our greatest treasures in our literary heritage, and our heritage is massive and extraordinary. I think in a way, he's linked to Charles Dickens. Dickens was fascinated by the survival of the orphan, and Jungle Book is very like Oliver Twist in that it's the survival of an orphan, and I think it's that touches all the audiences and reaches out to us in a very tender way.
It's uncommon for an effects film at this scale to deal with emotion, to deal with humor, to deal with naturalism, depicting the jungle and natural world and animals like you would in a documentary. Generally, big movies like this are about fighting and about explosions and about superheroes and science fiction. Now we're taking that very impressive, sophisticated machine, digital visual effects machine that movies have available to them, and now aiming it at a whole different subject matter.
John had an incredibly precise vision for how he wanted this world to look and how real it needed to be, and he communicated that early on to our visual effects artists and our production designer, and they just took up the challenge. And they figured out, and they made the research real. We went to India, we looked at the locations, we talked to specialists with the animals. We wanted to make everything feel absolutely real, and then plus it up just enough to make it feel slightly heightened, so that you could sort of let go and enter your imagination just a little bit.
I would see it one shot at a time, and every time you'd see one shot, we were very quiet until we saw it about 4 or 5 times through, and then we could begin to comment on it and pick it apart and give notes. But now what's fun is the audiences will be seeing all of those things one after the other. And so for me, what's fun is to sit in a theater and just feel the room react to all the beautiful work the artists did.
I hope they think it's a cool movie and they hope like they care for Mowgli. They're like, oh my God, what's gonna happen to Mowgli? I actually don't hope that they think, ooh, that's new technology. Okay, that's good. I want them to think they're just real animals and they're just like, they don't even know how they did it. And I just want them to think about the story, I guess.
I think that Jon Favreau is offering the new audience something that's darker and lighter. The contrast in our version is severe, and the darker bits are very alarming and quite challenging and frightening. The lighter bits are an enormous sigh of relief and joy. So he's stretched the canvas a lot, and good for him.